All right. Hey guys, it's Shannon. I've got Alan here with me. Alan, say hey.
Hi.
We're actually going to run through a quick health access presentation for you. We just rolled out with that health access too, so we want to make sure you guys know how to do it. So we're going to jump right into it. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Alan.
This is him.
Hey, Alan, it's Shannon. I'm actually the health advisor that was assigned to get you quotes. Were you just looking for yourself?
I was just looking for myself.
Perfect. And Alan, what has you looking for coverage today? Did you lose it? Premiums go up? What's going on?
I lost it.
Okay, no problem. We can definitely get you taken care of. And now, Alan, there's going to be two ways to find a great rate on your coverage. One's going to be based on income, and the other's going to be based off health. Now, as far as income goes, do you know if you'd qualify for any government assistance based on being low income?
Oh no, no, no. We're good over
Okay.
here.
All right. Working a little bit too hard to give some discounts, I see. No worries. Same here. And then we can take a look at the health-based plans as well. Now, as far as health goes, are you taking any daily medications, Alan?
just metformin. That's it.
Okay. Is that for type 2 diabetes?
It is. It is.
And how long have you been diagnosed with that for?
For about 2 years now.
Okay, no problem. And you're just taking that metformin, and you'd say it's pretty controlled, nothing crazy going on?
Yep.
Okay.
Fully
How
good.
often do you see the doctor for that per year?
Just twice a year.
Okay, good, good. Now, as far as anything else, do we have any other medications that we're taking?
Nope. As fit as a fiddle.
Good. I love to hear that. So that means you probably haven't had any surgeries in the last 5 years or any hospitalizations, right?
None.
All right, good, good, good. Well, Alan, to tell you a little bit about myself, I've got access to everything in the state. And from the information that you've told me, I can actually put you in a great place moving forward. Let's take a look at all your options together now. Let's see if I go ahead and let's see, share my screen. All right, so let's see. Um, the two ways that we can look at getting you a great rate. I mentioned one of them is going to be the public marketplace and one of them is going to be the private marketplace. Now, as far as the public marketplace goes, that's going to be Obamacare. Obamacare is really great for someone who has extremely low income and it's the only thing they can afford, or someone with a lot of major pre-existing conditions that they're looking for coverage for right away. Now, from what you've told me, you don't really fit in either one of those categories, Alan. Um, it looks like the premiums here, they're coming in at about 474 a month for you with an $8,000 deductible. If I look at the public marketplace. Now, do you know how deductibles work, Alan?
No, not at all.
Okay. So a deductible is essentially an amount of money that you have to satisfy before the insurance company kicks in and gives you any benefits. So if we put you on a plan with an $8,000 deductible, that means that you would have to come out of pocket $8,000 before the insurance company kicked in. Now, it doesn't sound like to me that you anticipate spending $8,000 in medical bills this year. Am I right?
God, no.
I didn't think so. Now, the other options we can look at here are going to be on the private marketplace. Now, the private plan that I see coming in for you, it's actually only coming in at $317 a month and it has a $0 deductible. Now, is that something that's going to be within budget for you?
Yeah, it'll definitely be in budget.
Okay, perfect. So what I'd like to do is kind of run through the details of this option, make sure it's a good fit for you. I like to give my clients full transparency when I go over options with them and give them access to my screen so you can see everything that I'm seeing. Now, Alan, what's a good phone number for me to send a link so you can hop on my screen?
Good phone number would be 210-660-3246.
Perfect. I just sent you that link over. Go ahead and click it, and you should hop on my screen here. First thing you'll see is my dogs on the background. Let me know when you see that.
All right.
Did you see that text come through yet, Alan?
No, not yet. Let's try it again.
It might be in one of your previous texts, Alan.
Okay, let's double check. Let's double check. Says waiting for the presenter to start sharing their screen.
All right, so you're on there. Great. So the first thing that I want to go ahead and show you, Alan, is going to be my license for the state of Florida. Now, this I'll send you this in an email when we're done, just so you have it for your records and you know I'm a professional. Okay.
No, of course.
All right, sounds great. Now let's go ahead and get those plans pulled up. Now, the first thing we were looking at was the Obamacare plans. Now, we've already decided that these plans, not only are they a little bit more expensive, but the deductible is kind of outrageous for your situation. Not really something idealistic. Now, let's talk about networks, Alan. Do you know the difference between HMOs and PPOs?
I do not.
Okay, so an HMO, I like to tell my clients to think of the word home when they see HMO. So you're going to be pretty restricted to your zip code. Once you start to venture outside of your zip code, you're really not going to find that many doctors or hospitals that accept it. Now, a PPO is going to be nationwide coverage. So you're going to have access to 95% of the doctors across the nation. You do not need a referral from a primary care to see a specialist. And you really have the ability to pick and choose your doctors and hospitals, okay?
All right.
Now, most of these plans on Obamacare, the one we kind of already routed out, those are going to be HMOs as well. So limited networks, higher deductibles, higher premiums. Now, another plan that I found for you on the private side over here, let's see, I've got it right here. So this plan's actually with private healthcare systems, PPO network. So again, it's one of those nationwide PPOs. And it's actually only coming in at 317.06 a month. Now, is 317.06 a month something that's going to be within budget for you, Alan?
It is.
Perfect. Okay, great. Now, what I'd like to do is kind of run through these details with you and make sure that this option is going to be something that you like. Okay.
All right.
Perfect. Now, the plan that we're looking at, I mentioned zero deductible. Now, that's zero deductible. It doesn't mean that absolutely everything's going to be free, Alan, but it does mean that you're going to get benefits from the insurance company right away without having to satisfy some crazy $8,000 deductible first. Now, let's talk about how that works. You see all these numbers right here under benefit amounts, right? So, like, for example, doctor's office visits, $100. You see what I'm looking at?
I am.
Perfect. Now, this $100, Alan, that is not a copay. That is actually a benefit amount. So the way that this insurance works is when you go to the doctor's office, you would show them your insurance card, you get treated, you'd leave, and you wouldn't pay anything in office. And the first thing that they're going to do is they're going to take off a contracted rate. So let's see, let me pull up an EOB so this makes a little bit more sense for you. Boom. There we go. Okay. So I'm going to show you an example here while I talk through the explanation. So this is an example from one of my old clients. They went and saw a primary care doctor. Maybe they weren't feeling well. Total cost of that visit was $129. First thing that happened when they sent that bill over from the doctor's office was they took off that contracted repricing rate. Typically, that's between 50 to 80% of the bill. Now, in this case, they took off about 69 bucks. Next thing they did was they applied your benefit amounts. So in this case, it was a doctor's office visit. So they took off that additional 100 bucks and it zeroed out the bill. Okay. Now, I mentioned that not everything's going to be free on this plan. So let's look at an example where my client did have some out of pocket costs. So here's an example of a specialist visit. So my client went and saw a thyroid doctor, had some lab work done. Total charges was 340 bucks. Again, first thing they did was they took off that repricing for being in network. And in this case, it was about 165 bucks. And then they went ahead and applied the benefit amounts for the visit. So not only did they get a doctor's office benefit, but they got some lab work benefits as well. And at the end of the day, my client only ended up owing 62 bucks and 20 cents. You'd say that's not so bad, right, Alan?
Not at all.
Good, good. Yeah. It usually amounts to about a small copay on any type of traditional health insurance plan. Now, Alan, you've got benefits for things like doctor's visits, chiropractic visits, prescriptions, x-ray, lab work, urgent care. You're also going to have visits for your wellness. So things like that annual checkup. If you are getting your PSA test, your colonoscopy, I know you're 50, so I know those things aren't fun, but if you want to get them covered, you've got benefits on this plan. The only catch with the wellness is going to be there is a 30-day waiting period from your start date. So if we were to go out and get this plan started tomorrow on the 15th, I would just recommend you wait until September 15th to go ahead and get those appointments booked, okay?
All right. Not a problem.
Perfect. You can see down here too, you're also going to have benefits for things like hospital, ICU, all that fun stuff. Now with this plan, you're also going to have a critical illness benefit. Now, this critical illness benefit is, God forbid, you got diagnosed with cancer, heart attack, stroke, or any other sort of critical illness. The insurance company would actually cut you a check for $10,000. The purpose of that check is to help maintain your life while you're out of work and recovering from your critical illness. So it's to help cover things like your mortgage, your car payments, stuff like that. Does that make sense, Alan?
Makes perfect sense to me.
Awesome. Now, Alan, this plan's also going to have accident coverage for you. So accidents are going to be things like a broken arm, a broken leg. Maybe you're cleaning the gutters one day and you fall off the ladder and hit your head. Any type of accident or injury that's going to send you to the emergency room. So if you do end up in the emergency room with an accident or injury, you'll have a $500 deductible. And then this plan's going to cover up to $8,000 of that accident claim. Again, that's after the contracted repricing rate. That's usually the 50 to 80% off your bill. Does that make sense?
It makes sense.
Perfect. And this plan's also going to have something called MD Live. Have you heard of Teledoc before, Alan?
Yeah, I mean, because of COVID, a lot of people have been using it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it's where you can like video chat or call in with a doctor. Now this plan's going to have MD Live included on it, which is your Teledoc service. Now I always recommend my clients take advantage of their MD Live because one, you've got access to it 24/7. Two, you've got unlimited calls with a live local doctor. And three, Alan, it's absolutely free to use. So if you ever have something small, maybe we've got an ear infection, if there's a case where we're at work but we're not feeling too hot, instead of taking the time to go out of your way, make an appointment with the doctor, leave work, come back, you can always just call in real quick and they can prescribe you something to your local pharmacy. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome. Now, being that this is a private option, Alan, there are going to be three things that it's not going to give you full coverage for. Now, one of those is going to be maternity, and I know you and I aren't going to have an issue with that one,
Not at all.
right? Okay, good. The other two are going to be major mental health and drug and alcohol rehab. Are either of those going to be an issue for us?
Not at all.
Okay, good. Now, being that this is a private option as well, it's a guaranteed issue plan. So what that means is it's going to have a $5 million lifetime maximum. Now, the only way I would anticipate you spending $5 million on medical bills, Alan, is if we got diagnosed with a critical illness. So let's say we get diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. In that event, we may hit the $5 million lifetime maximum. So all I would ask is that you give me a call and we'll get you switched on over to one of these Obamacare plans. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
All right, Alan. So just to give you a recap, this plan was coming in at the $317 a month. We talked about the zero deductible, the accident coverage, your critical illness benefit, and the things the plan didn't cover. So is that $317 a month still going to be okay with you for the coverage that we went over?
It is.
Perfect, Alan. So the next step for us is going to be to go ahead and fill out a quick application with the insurance company. Now, this application, it's going to consist of your basic demographic information. We'll select your start date, and then we'll enter payment information. And then the very last step is we're going to schedule a verification call with the insurance company, just so they can confirm that I entered everything correctly. All right.
All right, sounds good.
And the legal spelling of your first name is? Boom.
ALAIN. Oh, okay.
Perfect. That is how you do a health access presentation. Thank you all for watching and participating. And I hope this was helpful. Thanks for helping out, Alan.
Of course.
All right, let's go ahead and pause.